Learning Style Theory, a popular fable. Once upon a time, there were two researchers by the name of Dunn and Dunn. It was the 70s, where love was in the air and stairways were built to heaven. Simple was in, Just Say No was in, and Dunn were grooving to the song of learning style theory. Dunn and Dunn explained the concept of learning style as how each person absorbs and retains information and skills. They were happy to report that their experiments had yielded consistently significant scores in achievement by matching students' learning preferences to instruction. Dunn and Dunn saw learning style theory as a groundbreaking scientific breakthrough for meeting the individual needs of students. It was a simple and easy to understand theory. If you like to listen to a story, then teachers who read aloud to you can improve your reading. There was even a preference for environmental conditions. If you liked soft seating and lighting, then matching that environment to your preference would yield higher achievement scores. It seemed too good to be true, and it was. But wait, there's more. Dunn and Dunn's work influenced scores of other researchers. Jenkins in 2005 went so far as to say, if you are a left-brained learner, then lectures are for you. But if you are a right-brain learner, then you will think more globally, and written summaries of the lecture would benefit you. Fueled by Dunn and Dunn's learning style approach, a major misconception in learning was born. If we teach children by matching our instruction to an individual's strength, then he or she will learn more, better, or deeper than if we don't match our instruction to their learning style. Yet science has taught us that theories must be tested and experiments replicated with similar results before we put our trust in them. So back at the library, a researcher named Cofield identified 71 different models of learning styles. Think of it, 71 tests to measure learning preferences, and each test had to have been based upon a unique theoretical model. There was no way to test whether the instruments were really measuring what they were said to measure. But Cofield didn't give up. He identified 10 models to review thoroughly and found that even the most popular tests for learning styles had serious weaknesses in reliability, validity, and a negligible impact on teaching. Cofield and his colleagues recommended that the instruments and learning style approaches be discontinued in research and practice. Across the country, another researcher, Stahl, examined research on learning theory that spanned 14 years and included over 90 different studies on learning styles. He was unable to find any empirical evidence for improving learning by matching learning styles. After this exhaustive analysis, Dembo and Howard in 2007 stated, the bottom line is that there's no consistent evidence that matching instruction to students' learning styles improves concentration, memory, self-confidence, grades, or reduces anxiety. An instructor may argue that he or she has found such studies. The problem is that most of these investigations are poorly designed. A very prominent camp of cognitive scientists explained why the learning style approach couldn't work. It seems that although we do store some memories as visual and auditory representations, most memories are stored in terms of meaning. You might have an initial experience that is auditory, like hearing an explanation, but you remember the meaning. And most of what we want children to learn is based on meaning. What does a student understand about war or poverty or the scientific process? So whether information is presented auditorily or visually, the student has to extract the meaning. After 43 years, we are left to ask, why are textbook writers still promoting this idea, educators still advocating for its place in teaching, and students jumping to try it out in their practice? One reason is that the idea sounds simple, easy, and inexpensive. Secondly, it fits in with educators' main belief that there are important differences among students in how they learn. Thirdly, it sends a hopeful message. With just a little bit of adjusting, we can make sure all children learn to catch up. Finally, Let's face it, we're human, and humans tend to collect information that confirms their belief and ignore information that disconfirms it. It's time for professional educators and practicing teachers to consider the overwhelming research evidence against the learning style approach and resist the call of folk wisdom. Let's put learning style theory in its proper place alongside the ancient myths of witches, demons, and unicorns.